It was a good pick.
They're extremely low on tower damage on Boom. That is a note. It's going to be kind of difficult for them to take towers because who's sieging? Right now they don't have a hero for that. Ember doesn't like to do that. I think we've seen teams in the past that have ran Ember lineups, and instead of going for towers, they just go for hero ganking and killing over and over and over again. It's a little hard, I'd say, with Boom's lineup right now. There's no clearer initiation outside of Ember. Like, they need these supports to be able to keep tempo, and they don't really have like real stuns outside of Pango ult. So I could see them having issues, but you know, it all comes down to this last pick that they have. They have like the last overall pick, so I think that should be able to fill out the holes in their draft.
That's the thing that I kind of scares me about this, because OB.Neon is setting themselves up for, like, I think they have to have better late game in this situation, right? But they don't have the overall last pick, right? So it's like you got to be very careful with your bans here, and they don't know what's coming, right? Because it could be Weaver Grimstroke, side lane carry 5 position, right, and like some sort of off lane panko or 4 position panko. It could be we're still looking for our off laner, could be looking for our carry. Like if they're gonna go Weaver panko 3-4 and leave their carry for last pick, then they could get not only the 1-to-1 matchup against OB.Neon's carry, but also potentially have better late game, which would put OB.Neon in a very awkward spot, I think, with this Train Protector pick, because I think a lot of their lineup is about being able to just hold and control and keep towers from falling, and just wait until Palos takes over the game.
And that concern is also the fact that I don't really see a secondary win condition for OB.Neon either. Void Spirit doesn't really fulfill that role. Mars kinda, if you really itemize it that way, but it's not ideal. So it is really all on your carry.
I'm a little curious if Neon plan on picking something like Luna on their pick now, because
For like Death Ball.
yeah, it's not been banned basically, and I feel like Luna is the tower damage that Boom need and the early game scaling that they need to run with this aggressive like Ember, Pango, Weaver lineup.
Right.
So if they are looking for a carry, maybe that's what Boom want. Maybe now they're thinking, oh, Neon didn't ban, because usually Luna, I don't see Luna get through a draw for this long. It usually gets picked or banned by now, and Boom have shown that they like to pick it, right? So they're comfortable with it. It's kind of weird that it's gone so unconsidered.
There's the Naga, which is Apollo staple, so it makes sense. A bit going for the comfort picks.
Yeah.
But I do like the Luna idea. It would fix the tempo issues, and you might not have to take it as late.
All right, so what are the big late game heroes now that Naga Siren's banned out? I thought that was going to be their pick. Spectre is maybe still there.
I think Tino plays really niche, weird stuff like Aquan. I believe someone told me that.
Yeah, but then you're playing Arc Warden. So
I know you're playing Aquan, but it is
hero.
something he plays.
Yeah. You got a lot of mobile heroes on Boom, so I'm not sure if I would be super down with a ranged, like, squishier carry.
I'm looking at this Luna for either of these teams.
Right,
but,
sure.
you know, if we're just talking random here, most of the carries have been banned out now.
Well, Spectre is a good idea then if the enemy team wants to pick Luna, though.
Side lane TA.
Oh, interesting.
Or TA, okay.
Wouldn't be the most... actually, decent late game against what the enemy team has as well.
She kind of struggles for a long time into Pango, though.
That's true. What's a core to core that beats PA and just doesn't... You don't have to concern with her? Because with a new Shard, for example, like Spectre is not that good against her anymore. And other these style of heroes.
I wonder if they could even run like Ember carry and pick something like the Shrek. That's also tower damage.
Right. That's a good idea.
And it's pretty nice against PA for the first half of the game. So it's kind of like, do they want to scale into PA or do they want to beat their timing on Neon? It's a little harder because Neon have Tree, which is going to extend the game.
I would definitely take like if I had a choice here, especially given like what I've seen from Boom, I would choose to take the faster pace. And like the thing is like Tree can keep towers up, but it doesn't necessarily, like, towers represent map control in a way, but like if you're able to just play aggressively enough, if you're just able to run into heroes and kill them over and over again, like it doesn't really matter if the tower stays up. So my choice, if I'm Bushi, I'm telling them we're gonna run over these guys. We're gonna pick, I don't know, Luna, side lane TA, or what else hits towers? Wraith King, but that was banned.
Yeah.
I think those are just the kind of like heavy, like momentum-based carries, right? Like your team's going to be able to create a certain amount of space for you. You reach this peak, 25 minutes, you just roll over the game with your, in this case, Deso, BKB, and just kind of go for there. No, I think it was a good choice from Boom. I think OB.Neon did get themselves like in a position where they're harder carry. I don't think like what was left that they could have picked up to go better late game on Boom, like Spectre or something.
Yeah,
like,
but
I don't think that feels very good against PA. So OB.Neon did get, I think, out of the draft what they wanted to get. So that's a good sign for them.
Sheeple?
I definitely see the benefits of both teams. Similar to how I'm talking about how Boom are going to run with this Ember, Neon are going to run with this Void Spirit, Mars, Lion. They have a lot of burst between them, which is nice. I do think like Pango matchup into Mars is usually better just because of the ability to like roll through the arena and cause all this chaos. I like Boom's matchups more, and I like their pace more, and we know we've seen they're a good enough team to do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty concerned that this PA just won't get enough time. That's my biggest concern.
We're going to see what our casters have to say. And this time we got casters that are like really, really far away. We had to search long and wide to get someone such as GoDz here on the stream. And of course, joining him is lizZard.
Thank you, Avo, and welcome, lizZard. I should say welcome back. Welcome back to the Southeast Asia DPC. How are you feeling? Excited to be back here? Yeah. They kind of took like the Team Secret approach, where it's like, let's make that superstar roster. And do you think it's going to work out? You compare it to teams who stuck together, like the T1, Motivate, Trust. Do you like the players and roster that Boom's kind of assembled?
Seconds to battle.
Yeah, one of the players I would look at with their team is the new pickup, Mamangdaya. I think he's one of those kind of new star mids. It's SEA. I feel like every team has a star mid, but I'm curious to see how he does against some of those top teams of the region.
Yeah, and I completely agree. If you think about Yopaj, Mikoto, like, they literally can carry their teams if they play well enough.
By the way, just lizZard, maybe double check that you are unmuted as in the video link, just to let you know. But we're going to get ourselves underway as OB.Neon look to get things started here against Boom Esports. And as far as these lanes and how things unravel, it is a bit of a mix-up with the TA last pick. Perhaps Tino is going to be playing that in the safe lane, and Mamangdaya up against Yopaj here in the mid lane with a Ember versus Void Spirit matchup. How are you doing, lizZard? Are you back with me, or?
I guess I am. I think I am. They say I'm good, so we can continue. What do you think about these lanes, by the way? Which one are we going to see a lot of action on? Perhaps every single one?
I feel like with Boom, they're always looking to play aggressive. I look at the way FBZ, he's a big Pengo player, and Boom as a team love to play Pengo. And I think Tim's and FBZ, to me, this bottom lane is where a lot of the aggression is going to happen. Do you agree?
For sure. Yeah, I agree, but don't underestimate Treant. I think this hero is, like, he has potential that hasn't been tapped in the recent games, at least in this DPC season. I feel he can be even a strong position forward. There's a ton of damage coming out, a lot of defensive potential as well, but yeah, you have to be careful versus Weaver plus Pangolier.
And well, it's for OB.Neon. They're the ones perhaps looking to get a little bit aggressive down bottom. They jump on Timsu. Shikuchi is on cooldown. A potential first blood. Palos picks it up on the PA. Well, it's bottom lane, but it's not the way I thought it was going to go. FBZ gets the counter kill. Both teams losing their support.
You're kind of fine if you're FBZ, right? You get solo kill there, solo experience at least, which is nice. When you're a Weaver, you have to be really careful to have that Sokuchi off cooldown when you're going deep. And if you're playing a Treant Protector, it's so hard to play against Weaver. It's like you hit once an hour, right? Like, and then you have bugs on you. You just can't escape, and they constantly have vision under the trees.
Yeah, I guess the PA at least is nice because when that Shikuchi's on cooldown, PA can gap close. You just blink on top. So I guess some good, some bad. PA already with the Orb of Corrosion in this lane. Palos, thanks to that first blood, is in a pretty good place.
Mm-hmm. It's excellent. It's a really good matchup for Palos versus Weaver. It's also the magic sticks, right? Every time he Sukuchis, you get a lot of sticks. Same goes for Tims. Kind of goes in both directions, but I feel like PA should have a good time as long as she doesn't get disarmed like every single time.
Already we see Weaver doing some stacks in the jungle for the TA to fall back to, but in the top lane there was a kill earlier as well, as they managed to bring down the Skem support Grimstroke. And they're going in aggressive once more. They get the Impale into the Spear. Tino getting a little bit, has the Refraction. Meld available as well, but he's going to be pushed back and needs some regen. Some good harass coming into play here. Boom, get off to a bit of a... They're getting pressured here early on in these lanes, it feels like.
Yeah, on the mid lane as well. Well, in the other direction at least, Yopaj is the one pressuring OB.Neon. He's the one taking all the runes. Mamang Daya at least has the Treant's armor to work with, so that will help out a little bit.
We'll see if any of those early rotations come around these power runes, or if they're going to come sooner. It looks like both teams are at least trying to secure some of maybe these 4-minute runes for their mid laners. Lions kind of rotated off the lane, going to stack and come and contest top rune. Meanwhile, bottom rune, Mamang Daya up against the Weaver. And it looks like Neon going to grab both, but perhaps Norman going to be paying the price for this one. He gets brought low. One more stroke is going to bring him down. So they get a kill on Yopaj, but he does get the rune taken away from him.
Okay, he still did have a good time on the previous runes and the bounty runes. So because of that, he isn't really lacking a lot of regen. So it's fine for him. He gets a kill. I think it's maybe even better.
All right.
What did you learn?
Yeah, and once he hits level 6, he can always make that base trip as well with the Remnant if he really needs. So we'll see how things going to go for him. But for now, perhaps the side lanes where we're going to see a bit more aggression coming up. Although Tim's on the Weaver is just falling back, looking probably to stack a bit more. And up top, similar thing, just kind of safe play from both Mars as well as TA. I mean, TA generally, is this just a lane where you're looking to farm on TA, or is there kind of any plays that you want to make?
No, I think there's definitely kill potential with TA. This hero on safe lane is extremely difficult to deal with if you don't have the right heroes. But after losing the Grimstroke early on and giving some advantage to Lion and Mars, obviously everything becomes way more difficult. And then you're just happy, okay, just let me farm and that's it.
Yeah. And you mentioned the Grimstroke Skem. He's a player, I mean, you saw and followed him last year. Are you excited to see him on that 5 position?
Like every position, I think.
Yeah. Carry, off lane, mid, who does it all?
Bottom lane, we might see Treant here fall.
Treant, yep, does end up going down. This FBZ Tim's lane putting a lot of pressure on Palos. Doesn't have many stick charges left, so they may look for more here with another shield crash. Palos gets brought very low, looking for a blink strike to the low ground, but he doesn't have it, so instead he's going to try DP out, but he goes down and doesn't have a TP. Disaster for him as Mamang Daya shows up, trying to get the kill on FBZ. He'll succeed, but that's huge to kill the PA and force the TP as well.
Mid lane, Lion, he might fall, but...
Face is on. They want this kill. Yopaj with a haste ring should be able to get it. One more slide of fist in a couple of seconds, but I don't think he's even going to need it.
I just love the Treant's armor on the tower, by the
way. Not the hero.
Yeah, well, that is happening. He's like, nah, bro, you're dead already.
They're fighting non-stop here. Boom. They're being aggressive, but Neon themselves just fighting back. Punch for punch, blow for blow. They get a counter kill into Abang. And now with the swarm bugs coming out, they want Mamang Daya, but he manages to nicely dodge them and gets the TP in from Marman, who I think refilled his bottle. That's a really nice play from him, so they can look to re-engage here. Yopaj TP out, gets cancelled. Had the Observer want to see him, and now they do have enough damage with another Impale, perhaps. Yopaj gets caught by that one. Another tree armor coming up, and that's on Mamang Daya, so they get the kill on Yopaj. And constant bloodbath in this mid lane.
Another one? They go for...
Yeah, they're not done. Gets the ward. Mamang Daya gets back to the tower, and he's still alive. What a
Yeah,
bottle refill.
Yeah, this is just SCA 101. Just make your mid laner as happy as possible, or he's gonna flame you. Like when he TP'd, by the way, you notice that Lion refilled his bottom mid. Same happened on the bottom lane. Abeng actually TP'd and filled up his bottle near the tier 2.
Mid lane is, well, it's the only lane. As we see another kill, Yopaj brings down Narman. The support line having a bit of a rough time, but Mamangdai is showing up once again. He just managed to heal up, so he's back in. Doesn't have many astral steps left to play around with, so can't go chasing. Despite the great start from Mamangdai, 3-0, he doesn't get any kills there.
I bought one of these small laptops, 15-inch, you know, my screen isn't that great, but I don't need bigger. I'm literally just keeping on the mid lane, and that's it.
You can watch this game on a tablet, you know, just...
Exactly. I don't have to move. Like, the other lanes, they don't exist.
Yep. Yeah, some games as an observer, you're like, okay, all 3 lanes could be kills. This game, you know, it's been focused in one place for the last 3 or 4 minutes, although now there's a smoke from OB.Neon.
And guess where they're going?
They were looking, I guess, for the TA in the top jungle, but TA's already rotated out of there to go back to some stacks. Will be scouted by this observer ward, but Tree and Protector alone can't really do a whole lot about this.
I think he's scouted out as well, right?
Yeah.
They're actually chasing him.
They pinged him. Yeah, they were looking for him, but couldn't quite find him.
And when you see him this deep, you're probably going to waste a couple of sentries now to try and search for these
Meanwhile,
deep
top.
wards.
Can they get this Weaver? No. Weaver Shikuchi's away from the gank.
Look. They're sending the courier, they'll set the sentries down, all of this, and meanwhile, he's just there. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's some mind games. Plus, he's leeching experience. It's really nice. Top lane?
They get the arena out. Tims is stuck inside this one, and as the Shikuchi wears off, they get the Impale. Spear kills him, but now perhaps the counterplay from Boom. FBZ goes charging in, has the Rolling Thunder, but gets hexed up by Narman. Still can go for it. And he wants to chase down Palace. Palace is the big kill if he can get it. Can he blink out of this one? He does manage to get one blink off, but waiting is FBZ with the roll. And Palace in all sorts of trouble as Yopaj will finish him off with a double kill. This Yopaj Ember, 6-1. Meanwhile, Trian, uh-oh, he's being caught out. The gig is up.
Finally, they caught him.
Oh, they got the ward. They put the high ground ward just to find him. His observer ward has managed to elude 2 sentries there, so they still have vision of those ancients.
It's just perfect positioning of that ward.
Oh,
it's one of those things that you do as a 5.
He's leeching XP here. Can he make any kind of aggressive play? They see TA. They think they've dewarded, but it's not the case as Tino gets speared into a tree, but the refraction, I believe, blocking most of that damage, so Omri, you're going to be forced back.
I really like how aggressive they are, because if you're pressuring TA, you're attacking her, you're forcing the enemy team to play around. Look at them. They're literally all of them, besides FBZ, they're around the triangle, which leaves PA to be completely alone and safe to farm up that Battle Fury. This is literally how you have to play as OB.Neon. I like this a lot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They once again make another smoke move, just constantly. Even these 2 or 3 man smokes, they just want to keep making these kind of any play to get a kill for them. They're down a couple thousand gold, being out farmed. I mean, TA having over 100 CS already, top of the net worth chart. That's the hero they've kind of got to worry about.
Yep. I'm not sure how much I agree with all these smokes. I think they can't catch FBZ here.
Oh, he goes for the kill! They
should
can't do anything to the Rolling Thunder, and if FBZ gets another hit with the roll and a swashbuckle, Alice could be in some trouble. He goes for the TP out, and as he hits the line, he's out of there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's very... He probably wouldn't be able to kill Palace if he plays it right because of Blink, right? So you just use Phantom Strike, you get away. And bottom lane is falling. This is the problem, like you're making all these moves, you're smoking up, you're trying to be sneaky, while all that you should have been doing is hitting that damn tower. Like, you need to take tier 1s. You can't be smoking up like this when all the tier 1s are standing. You just don't have the space. It's very difficult to make moves.
Boom understand that they take the tier 1 bottom, and Neon, they TP'd in to kind of try to take a fight, but it was too late. Even with the Treant living armor, they weren't able to keep it alive, and this time around it's Boom with a smoke into the enemy triangle. Palace used the blink to try and farm, and he's going to pay the price.
It's just so much easier for Boom. Obviously, they have heroes that are already online, right? All 5 of them. They don't need a lot. Meanwhile, this PA is not a hero at the moment. You just have to be farming, chilling in the back in the triangle, and if OB.Neon is trying to make moves with 4 heroes, then PA is unprotected. Usually what you would like to see is Abeng perhaps just sitting there on the triangle breaking that smoke, but he can't if he's trying to defend towers at the same time.
Perhaps feeling like things are spiraling out of control. Neon once again going for another smoke play, but Yopaj scouts it out with a haste as well, so they've got nothing for this Ember, who's going to dodge the Earth Spike and bring down the line, perhaps looking for more. Onryu on this Mars is a bit too deep for them, so you know, they'll back off, play it a little bit safer. Maybe
they were
put their eyes on Palos.
They were actually trying for Palos. They actually went for Palos, but FBZ, he hit there's a place next to the secret shop that you can hit and bounce from, instead of just going through it. And he hit exactly that spot and bounced back to, and he was like, okay, now I'm gonna pretend I was going for Lion all the time.
Yeah, act cool. Yeah, and that's what the plan was all along. As
no one saw it.
FBZ post-pause gank coming out, and FBZ going to be brought down. So OB.Neon get a return kill, but not perhaps the target they were hoping for.
As long as they can pressure this tier 1 on top lane, I guess it should be fine. I just want to see them take at least one objective. This game for them is impossible to play until they take tier 1 on top. I mean, well, that's almost a Desolator, by the way, on TA.
Yeah, it's coming up fast. It feels like, you mentioned the PA is not really a hero, going for a Battle Fury, still about, 1,600 gold away from it, so it's going to be some time before Palos is really ready to fight. Him just trying to defend this one, may pay the price here. Has a TP coming in from FBZ, no Rolling Thunder though, and they're going to Finger of Death down the Weaver before a time-lapse can come into play. FBZ still up and running for now with Rolling Thunder in 3 seconds. They want to take this fight. Yopaj will catch Onryu, so they get a return kill. Perhaps go fishing for more, but doesn't look like they're going to be able to keep up with the DD rune spawning top. Both teams going to put their eyes on that one. Can Ember get there in time? Doesn't get the Searing Chains. It was on cooldown. He gets it after he loses the rune battle, and they may actually get this kill with the bug there. The silence. Oh, Dino. Yeah, Sec. Interesting. Tackle us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's SCA. You gotta. It's a very believable one. If that was like another region like NA, you'd be like, okay, I see why you're pausing.
I can believe it's packet loss. Some of these regions, me myself, I grew up in one, not necessarily SCA, but similar internet connections weren't really the best. So far, Boom is controlling this game completely. You can see it. Is there something that I guess you can hope on those big ass crits when PA gets Battle Fury, but it's really difficult to rely on that.
You mentioned the top tower lot. Is that where you feel like this game went so wrong? Because a 5k gold lead this early on is obviously not very good.
I feel they got baited a little bit. Remember when they did that smoke into the dire jungle and then they rotated kinda, Tree went to the Ancients, Void Spirit went back for some reason. I think that smoke needed to be utilized. Okay, we're going into dire jungle. If we find TA, we kill her. If we don't, we rotate to the tier 1 top. I think that needed to be done. And they kind of caught themselves stretched between the Ancients trying to contest TA and at the same time, I don't know, trying to defend tier 1 on bottom lane. Mars, if you remember, he was also around the Ancients. I think you're just, reaching experience, but so what?
It kind of felt like they were doing plays one by one. Like first Treant went in, it was kind of cute and, distracting them, but it didn't really achieve much. And then the Mars was next. So all while that top tower still has not gone down. It's only at half health, which is, they're not the ones pushing into Treant Protector. So if anything, it's easier for them.
And the Treant Protector as well maxed out Living Armor. So this is pretty much, let's just be as defensive as possible, protect our towers. But the moment that Dezo is up on Tino, which is up in like what, 200 gold, you won't be able to defend that easily.
Oh, and when you talk about towers going down, I also think, Roshan may be going down after that. So potentially problematic for them in multiple ways.
Yeah. Not sure. I feel they needed to be just more aggressive with Treant and with Mars on top lane. These two heroes shouldn't have moved away that early on, but It's easy to speak in hindsight, obviously.
Well, we see the players there. We're going to be hopping back into the game, and boom, right off the unpause, have gone jumping in with a Rolling Thunder. They kill the Lion. No hesitation there. With this blink up already on FBZ, he is ready to control the tempo of this game.
You will have the Ink Swell on him, he blinks in with Rolling Thunder, catches pretty much any hero with that combination is dead.
Yep. He's not done. He's looking for more mid, but he doesn't have that Rolling Thunder, so he's going to be a little bit careful. Believing in the backup from Yopaj's Ember. Yopaj diving, looking for Onryu, gets the Arena plus the Spear, and with Palos blinking in, they will take out Tim's Weaver, getting a little bit too aggressive, but Mamangaya on the backlines goes down. That's the Void Spirit as Abeng trying to cover the retreat here with an Overgrowth, but he's in all sorts of trouble. Will be found by FBZ, and all they can do is hope that Boom aren't hungry for more. Imagine Boom are going to go for this mid-tier 1 now.
I just love how Scam, no matter what position he plays, he knows the right things and the right skill builds, right? In this game, getting Phantom's Embrace on level 3 was of utmost importance. He got it, and Void Spirit literally does not have a game anymore. Even the Seals will not save him. It will buy him some time, but it's not necessarily a full save there.
Oh. Scam leading a new team this season and doing it from the 5 position role. Definitely looking good. I mean, Boom, right before this, won a best of 5 grand finals in a separate tournament. So definitely a team to look out for, and a team most players in the SA DPC in interviews have mentioned, like, yeah, they're one of the scary teams. They're one of the favorites here. So right now they're showing it.
Yeah, for me, Tino, out of all the teams that didn't really shine in the first season of DPC, he was an outstanding player. He had some, you know, when you see someone just doing something different, he would be that guy. He would be playing heroes that aren't really popular, and he would be excelling at those. So I'm happy that he found a really nice team to go with, to play with.
We'll see how he continues to perform throughout this DPC, as Boom looking to make a play perhaps in this bottom lane. Tino is there. Not the ganking duo you'd expect. TA and Weaver, no stuns. But here come the gank squad. They're 3-man smoke. FBZ, Skem, and Yopaj. That's... The boys have arrived, and they're going to at least kill this Lion. Yeah. Palace is like, yeah, I'm out of here.
His score is 1-7 at the moment. That's your position 4 Lion. He's on 900 gold, far, far away from that Blink Dagger, and you needed it. You needed that Blink Dagger as early as possible.
Yeah, that constant fighting mid, and with he was just feeding Yopaj kills at some point, it felt like. And now that death sweep timing you mentioned, some of these towers, they're not really being kept alive by this living armor. It's delaying things a bit. Can they defend this one? Abeng TP's in, puts down the Nature's Grasp, and they will initiate onto Tino. He hasn't gone for the Roshan, hasn't got an Aegis to back this one up here as they get the nice 2-hero Soulbind off. Can they keep the TA alive? It doesn't look like it. FBZ with the Rolling Thunder just couldn't do enough for him. Chases on as Mamangaya will go down. So they managed to trade 2 for 1, including killing the mid Void Spirit, and they won a third as Abeng gets scattered out by the Beetle. He should be going down here, so a good fight nonetheless, especially if FBZ can finish off Norman. Poor Lion, not again. It's his 8th death of the game. 4 kills, and they'll get this T2 tower, I imagine.
Narman Kek W. I think at this point you just accept it. You know that you Palos, however, top lane. Oh, if he dies here.
This is to a Weaver.
Yeah.
With the Spirit Vessel charges. Oh
yeah, this is.
I was about to say that's got to be a tip. Someone needs to get tipped here when your 4 position is solo killing the enemy carry.
They said they were afraid of Tims, so
yes,
you know, this is why. But it's
yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say they lost 4 heroes on the bottom lane, but at least PA finished Battle Fury, is farming the top lane, and now it's just.
And then Tim's things happen. Yeah. They may go for this Roche snipe, but if anything, Boom is going to be like, okay, we'll happily stop taking Roche to go for another fight if that's what you want. Radiant Observer would scouts out everything. Mamandaya is going to throw out the pull, but he's going to get caught in the root on the way through it. Gets the nice defensive kills. They've already taken out Roche. Skem, maybe a little out of position, will go down. But the damage has been done. They've lost the Void Spirit. Lamran goes down once again, and it's Yopaj and Tino just cleaning up here as they go chasing for more. Absolutely perfect indeed for Boom Esports here in their debut of the Winter Tour.
Paul is just trying to figure out where he can go to farm up a little bit. This map is very small for him. If he doesn't have Blur on, and they're already pinging it out, they know he's mid, so they can't really do anything about it. They can, but they don't have to. Just take objectives, right? Go top, take tier 1, perhaps pressure the tier 2.
Yep. And Tino soon is going to have that Aghanim Scepter, so if you're playing other parts of the map, Tino does have that kind of global mobility.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
If you're OB.Neon at this point, I've been pummeled and stomped by many teams. So this is what they're thinking, guys. We have a PA. There's still RNGesus perhaps on our side. Let's wait for the BKB. Once she has the BKB, take the fight. But usually what happens is you're so far behind that the PA is going to get caught once or twice, that BKB is going to be delayed, and then you know things become rough. And this is exactly what's happening here. Yopaj.
Oh yeah. Just chasing Palos wherever he goes, holding onto that searing chain so Palos cannot TP out. And yeah, now they've got him. It's time for the team to show up, and Mark from Yopaj is not using those searing chains.
If you're Palos, where do you farm? They cannot protect you in the Ancients at the triangle, so you're just trying to abuse the Blur and kind of farm on the side lanes, but Ember is just so mobile, he will catch you.
Yeah. And now TA has that same mobility with the Aghanim Scepter, so things are going to go from bad to worse, it feels like, as Boom, 21 minutes in, have an 11k gold lead. May just turn their eyes on some of these objectives as well. They've been chasing heroes, chasing this PA around, but they may just be like, let's just go high ground, and they are grouping up at this bottom lane, so that may just be the call here, as they could happily force a fight if they feel like they're far enough ahead.
You have that Aegis still, right? For 2 more minutes, so why not?
Well, creep wave being taken out. There's a siege wagon here, but doesn't look like Boom will be able to defend that one. But they force the entire Neon team back as 5, and they'll just TP out, back off, happy with what they've got, and not look to force a potential fight, which, you know, could get Neon back into the game.
I just love Tims. I just love this man. It's insane. He's not letting Palos a millisecond. So Palos' train of thoughts was, okay, they're taking bottom, now they'll move mid. That means I can farm the Ancients a little bit, right? At least this one stack that I have vision of. But Tims literally just Sukuchi'd all the way from bottom straight into the Ancients. He didn't even stop for a second to hit the tower.
Not even a scrap of farm being given to Palos. And I mean, you
look at this. Who's there again?
He's always the first one to show up when Palos is trying to farm. I don't think this is going to be... Oh, it might be a kill. Tino's showing up. I didn't think it was going to be a kill with the Weaver alone, but yeah, you've got backup, and Tims is just zooming all over the map, and the perfect Rolling Thunder from FBC catches him right against the cliff, and they just kill 4 with ease. At this point, OB.Neon would be thinking, is there a play? Is RNGesus even a 1% chance for us with this PA? Because we're just getting steamrolled.
I think we just see some Gs here very soon. It's very difficult. The bottom tier 3 is falling. Maybe they can defend it as there are no creeps, and Aegis is out in like a minute, so that's your play.
Backdoor protection's back, but there's a creep wave, so Boom want to get this before the living armor, you know, heals it up. TA happy maybe to lose a first life. They'll pop the Aegis. Got to be a little bit careful here. OB.Neon, they're going to be respawning. The Mars in 3 seconds. This is going to be their 5th hero alive. They want this tower, but at some point they may just have to say, let's not force it too much. They back off a little bit, and
that's discipline. That's discipline, right? To go back. TA doesn't have that Aegis anymore. We don't have to risk it. Just get the BKB and slowly end the game. Or just go and kill the PA again if that's what they can do.
And they're already circling around that Ancients. This time around it was Skem who's saying, like, look, they're in the Ancients area. That's where we're going to find them. But perhaps saying, you know, let's not make any... They don't have BKBs on Boom, so they are susceptible to losing a team fight if they're not careful.
Yeah, from the BKBs on their side, it's only Yopaj, right?
Yeah.
So there's still an uncompleted Aghanims on Tims. That's like 3k gold, which isn't really used at all on them, so they can wait it out a little bit.
And when they get that Aghanims and like a TA BKB, that's when it feels like I don't personally see how Neon are meant to take fights at that point.
Yeah, there's pretty much no way. Just hope for the crits.
Mamandaya in bottom gets caught by the Searing Chains, but don't think there's going to be any follow-up. Yopaj is on his own to get this kill, and he may just be able to get it on his own. Instead, it's elsewhere. They bring down Arbeg. Yopaj
He still has
still
BKB,
chasing,
by the
looking
way.
for more. Yeah, he's going to BKB his way out of this one. He's got backup. Now Tino shows up. Oh, poor Norman.
He has the blink at least. He got that good old Philly Stone, finished the blink daggers, so...
Just that's the Yopaj special there. Just demoralizing play for the enemy where he's going in like 1 versus 3 for 15 seconds. Then the backup shows up, but you just can't do anything when he's playing these elusive spirit heroes.
Backup, that was all the way on top lane.
Blink in from Mars. They jump Yopaj. They want to get this kill, and they do manage to burst him. Soulbind coming in, going to leash up a couple here as FBZ looking to bounce his way through this one, but not sure they've got the damage on the side of Neon. The overgrowth comes a little bit too late. The damage has been done as the PA and Void Spirit both go down. Only the supports remain, and Tino is just going to clean up. Ultra kill. Where's the Rampage? Norman, do your thing. Give him the Rampage.
Come on, Norman.
What's one more death?
Yeah, you went 1-11 and now you're too good to die. Come on, man. No, I'm kidding. It's just I actually respect Neon for trying to go for this. Yeah. They knew that Ember has no BKB, so kinda they're expecting maybe we can take a fight, but it doesn't go their way and they call GG's.
Very impressive opening game for Boom Esports. I guess nothing less than we expected. I mean, what did you see from Neon? What do you feel like were their big shortcomings this game, lizZard?
Oh, they were plenty. I'm afraid.
Oh no.
First thing that I noticed about them is that they're completely playing around the mid lane, trying to not the mid lane, I should say mid laner, trying to protect Mamangdaya and make his game as good as possible, and that's fine. When you're a new team, you kind of need that one guy to play around and to just focus on. It helps. However, they're not really focusing on objectives, which I believe is a big problem. They need to focus on that tier 1 on the top lane. It's Dota from 2017 almost. You need to take some objectives to be able to make those smokes, to be able to make those plays. And tier 1 on top lane was left alive for what, almost all game. When did they take it? Minute 20? It's very difficult to play the game that way.
Yeah, especially for the poor PA who was just being hunted wherever she went. And unfortunately for OB.Neon, that puts them down a game. Last time they played Boom, though, they did force a game 3. So we're going to see if they can repeat that here in the SEA DPC League. For that, we're going to go to a quick break and then head back to our panel to break down game number 1.